The fortune teller tied a red string around the woman's wrist and told her to make 3 wishes. As long as the knot remained intact, her wishes would come true. Seeing the fortune teller's eerie smile, the woman was so frightened that she turned and ran away, completely missing the fortune teller's final words.
No importa!
Half a year passed in the blink of an eye. Lena had kept the red string tied around her wrist the whole time, but after hearing this story, her boyfriend actually pulled out a knife, because he didn't believe in that eerie fortune teller. But as the string slowly fell to the ground, the fortune teller seemed to sense something. Meanwhile, Lena had been charmed by her boyfriend, who assured her that as long as she was with him, he could grant not just 3 wishes, but even 300 wishes. Moved by her boyfriend's sincerity, the two were soon married, unaware that the gears of fate had already begun to turn. A few months later, they had a child of their own. And that was precisely when their nightmare began. One day, the couple was dining at a restaurant with their bestie. Lena went to the restroom because she wasn't feeling well, but the moment she left, the bestie nervously said to Mike, "I know about the red string, and once the string is cut, bad things will happen." Now, 2 of Lena's wishes have already come true. First, marrying the person she loved. Second, having a lovely child. Just as the best friend was about to mention the 3rd wish, she was interrupted by a rushing waiter.
Sir, it's your wife. Your wife needs you.
Lena is about to give birth, but traffic in the city was gridlocked, so Mike had no choice but to take Lena to the subway station, to take the train to the hospital. But as soon as they stepped into the car, a group of street performers surged in. The loud music combined with the intense pain made it even harder for Lena to bear. Amid Lena's agonized moans, a strange scene unfolded. The lights on the train began to flicker. Mike noticed 3 lines of text displayed above the car. "Believing in things you don't understand will bring suffering." It seemed like a warning to him, but Mike didn't take it to heart. Shortly after, his wife gave birth to their son right there on the subway. But the moment the baby was born, the lights suddenly came on. Little did they know that this was just the beginning of their suffering. 6 months after their son was born, a series of strange events began to unfold. While at work, Lena received a text message from her husband, a photo of him holding their son. But the photo had been taken from a third-person perspective. When Lena got off work and tried to look at the photo again, she found it had vanished. At first, Lena didn't think much of it, but a few days later, she received another third-person perspective photo from her husband. This time, her husband was holding their son suspended in midair. She couldn't understand why he would do such a thing, but soon, the photo vanished again. When she got home, she confronted Mike, asking why he took the photos only to delete them. Mike was immediately puzzled. He had been taking care of the baby all day and hadn't had time to take any photos. Lena snatched her husband's phone. She thought Mike was lying, but when she picked up the phone to check, she found there were no such photos on it at all. Mike thought she was just too tired and had hallucinated, but Lena had definitely seen it with her own eyes. That night, while Lena was watching the child alone, another photo was sent over. Lena hurried to prove to Mike that she was telling the truth. However, when Mike got up to check, he found nothing on his phone. Lena felt like she was about to break down. Just as she was puzzling over this, another strange incident followed. Whenever Lena was breastfeeding her son, he would always bite her hard. She thought it was her son's fault, so she took him to see a doctor. But after examining him, the doctor told her it was impossible. The baby was only 6 months old and didn't even have teeth yet. Even if he did bite, it wouldn't hurt at all. After hearing this, Lena began to suspect she was losing her mind. On the way home, Lena could no longer bear it. She concluded that this series of strange events was caused by her son. Once home, she handed her son to her husband, walked straight into the bedroom, and locked the door. But just then, her phone rang again. And this time, it was another picture from an unknown number. Faced with this scene, Lena no longer felt puzzled. Instead, she burst into a maniacal laugh. The next day, Mike experienced the happiest moment of his life. His son had actually called him daddy. Mike quickly pulled out his phone to record the moment, but Lena showed no sign of joy. Instead, she insisted on finding a priest to perform an exorcism on their son. Mike was furious when he heard this. He believed it was Lena, not their son, who needed an exorcism, and suggested she see a doctor immediately. Lena didn't argue. Instead, she walked straight out the door. As she left, she said to her husband,
"You don't see."
Corina didn't go to see a doctor. Instead, she went to a dimly lit apartment and rang the doorbell of one of the units. When the owner of the apartment saw her, he handed her a heavy bag, and the bag was filled entirely with chains. A few days later, she returned home.
God forgive